Hello, my friends. It's me again, Ms. Alstad. And I had to just pep talk myself a little bit because it's like, overthinking everything. I want this time for us to be helpful and comforting and useful. And so I'm just trying to make sure that the things that we talk about are important. Socks is here again, and I meant to tell you, that was my husband who photobombed, or I guess video bombed us in the last one. And because I'm inviting you into my home, I'll need to introduce him to you because that's what we do. We have good manners, and next time he floats in for a snack or a glass of water, I'll say, hey, come meet my friends. So today we're going to be reading a book called In My Heart, because it seemed really fitting that we talk about what's in our heart. We talked a little bit about our hearts yesterday and how all of our hearts are always connected with the ones we love by that invisible string that never breaks. Sometimes it might be harder to feel, and so we need to pause. Oh, look at who's going to cuddle. We need to pause and go in. Maybe practice some of those deep breaths that I talk a lot about, and I hope to kind of spend some time with you on, because remember, the best way to connect with ourselves and our feelings is to just be still and close our eyes or soften our gaze and take a moment to just use all of our senses to feel where we are right now, our sitting bones in this chair, or maybe we're laying down. Feel your body on whatever hopefully comfy surface you're on. Take a moment to just notice how that breath feels going in and out of your nose. Actually, you can feel that faint warmth when we blow out. Take a moment to look around you at your environment. What do you see? What do you notice? What do you observe? And maybe there's some smells. Maybe someone is baking, or maybe like at my house there was something stinky. I had something in my fridge that was not smelling very good. So I spent some time and I think I found it. I think it was some stinky cheese, which, by the way, that's a really good book, The Stinky Cheese Man. I don't know if you've read it, but we'll have to. Anyway, I set myself up for success today because I'm drinking from my mug that says See the Good. And if you'll notice, I'm wearing my sweatshirt that says Happy, because sometimes we really need to be intentional about surrounding ourselves with objects, people, thoughts that lift us up. Because we've got a lot of big feelings going on right now. And I don't know if this is happening for you, but I think it's really easy to have kind of a roller coaster going, where 1 minute you're happy, and then you're sad, and maybe you're mad, and then you're worried, and maybe you're scared, and then maybe you're excited. Whew. So many things. And so all of our feelings are okay, and know that it's normal to just be on this ride together. This is new territory. For parents, I highly recommend Brene Brown's podcast Unlocking Us, and she talks about the FFT, and this is certainly a huge FFT for all of us right now, and we're doing the best that we can. So, that said, I will start my story, and I feel compelled to say this. I'm practicing also, gosh, don't we need to practice it? Self-compassion, because I noticed when I watched my video yesterday, I said a lot of ums and things like that, and it was easy for me to have that voice in my head start to go, ooh, that wasn't very good, and what? We need to really check into our self-talk. We probably have a lot of negative self-talk going on right now, and it's a good idea to check into that, because, again, to reference Brene Brown, it's important to talk to ourselves like we would someone we love, because remember, love starts here in our own heart with our love light that we tend to, that we nurture, and that way we can reflect that love and compassion outward. So be kind to ourselves, be kind to each other. We're not perfect, but doing the best that we can. And we're all in it together. And I keep thinking of all these great cliches, but I love that we can do hard things, or together we can. We are not alone in any of this. So, this book is called In My Heart. It's a book of feelings by Jo Wittich, and it's illustrated by Christine Rousey. And just a little tidbit about me, I do judge a book by its cover sometimes. I don't know about you, but it's got to be interesting and beautiful and colorful in every way, and great art. And this book meets all of that criteria. What's really cool about this book too, and I wish you could feel it and experience it with me, is that there are heart cutouts and they recede into themselves. So you'll discover that with me as we read it. A Book of Feelings. I'm going to try to read it and have you look at the pictures at the same time. Let's see how that goes. My heart is full of feelings. Big feelings and small feelings. Loud feelings and quiet feelings. Quick feelings and slow feelings. My heart is like a house with all of these feelings living inside. I like that. The house of our feelings, our heart. Sometimes my heart feels like a big yellow sun, shiny and bright. I smile from ear to ear and twirl around so fast. I feel as if I could take off into the sky. This is when my heart is happy. We're kind of turning over here, huh? And I'm actually feeling pretty happy too, but know that we can have a lot of different feelings at the same time, right? I wonder how many of you are feeling happy right now. Other times my heart feels strong. I stand up tall, as if I can touch the clouds. New people and places don't frighten me. I can do it. Watch me go. This is when my heart feels brave. Whoa, that's something we're practicing right now, isn't it? Being brave every single day. In fact, I'm going to read you a book coming up called Be Brave, Little One, and we're going to talk about that. The importance of being brave. We can do it. When I get really angry, my heart feels as if it's going to explode. Don't come near me. My heart is yelling hot and loud. This is when my heart is mad. Boom. Maybe take a moment and show me, or I can't really see you. I wish I could. Wouldn't that be awesome? Anyone who's in the room, or look in the mirror. What does your face look like when you feel mad? And remember, all of our feelings are okay, right? Every last one. Some are more fun, but they're all okay. And remember, it's okay to be mad, but it's not okay to be mean to ourselves or others. So, we'll need to spend some time talking about what to do when you're mad. Which reminds me of the book When Sophie Gets Angry, Really, Really Angry, or Sometimes I'm Bombaloo. If your parents have that book in the house, maybe read that. It's awesome. I know I have some of those. I'll try to add that to our reading together list. On harder days, mean words hurt my feelings, and my heart feels hurt too. It's fragile and delicate, but it can be healed with extra kisses. This is when my heart is broken. Wow. This is really important right now. We need to be so tender with our hearts and with the hearts of others. We're all fragile. We're all sensitive, vulnerable. So let's be careful with our words. Words have power, don't they? And our actions. And you know what? Guess what? Things happen, for sure. In the words of Kent Hoffman, who's like my favorite, he says, rupture and repair. So when we have a problem or a conflict, like with a brother and sister, or maybe a mom or dad or guardian, we can fix it. We can fix it by saying I'm sorry when we're ready to say I'm sorry, and if we really mean I'm sorry. And we can say I'm sorry, and we can say what we're sorry for, And then, that's like a promise, right? And then the person accepting the apology can say thank you, or I forgive you, or I accept your apology. Remember, we don't want to say that's okay, because what hurts our hearts isn't okay, right? Repair, we can do that. Some days my heart feels as heavy as an elephant. There's a dark cloud over my head and tears fall like rain. This is when my heart is sad. How many of you are feeling this or have been feeling this a lot? I know I have. And you know what? We need to feel it. We need to let ourselves feel it, because guess what? If we try to pretend we don't feel it and put on a mask and say, I'm fine, everything's great, it comes out sideways. And then sometimes we end up feeling really anxious. So let's be honest with ourselves about how we're feeling. And let's be like a house for those feelings where they're safe inside. And guess what? Our feelings are not us. They're just things we're feeling. In fact, my favorite, Pema Chodron, says, feelings are like the weather. They come and they go. So we'll talk about more of that too, with mindfulness and practicing our breathing and noticing our feelings like the weather. Maybe there's clouds. Maybe there's sun. Maybe there's rain and thunder. So, yeah, all of our feelings are okay. But my heart doesn't stay sad. Like springtime after winter, the sun comes out again and my heart grows tall like a plant reaching toward the sky. And that is when my heart is hopeful. And all around us we can see the signs of spring right now, can't we? If we do a mindful walk outside, we can look around and notice all the changes, all the buds on the trees. We can hear the birds. We can smell all the freshness of new life. So make sure that you're doing some of that mindful walking. Eek! When I see something scary, my heart beats fast. I feel cold, as if a chilly breeze has crawled up my neck, and I run away as fast as I can. This is when my heart is afraid. Do you feel afraid sometimes? It's okay to feel afraid. I feel afraid too. So we need to do things that help us feel safe. Maybe put a little nightlight on, or have a little flashlight handy. Maybe go talk to someone we love if we have scary thoughts or a bad dream. It's important to talk about all of our feelings. And when we can put words to our feelings, it's like, oh, I can manage that. When it's time for a bit of fun, my heart feels full of giggles and wiggles. Abracadabra, I hop around like a bouncy bunny, and this is when my heart is silly. How many of you love this feeling? I mean, let's face it, being silly is awesome, right? Awesome. I hope you're taking some time to be silly. Maybe tell some knock-knock jokes, make funny faces. I don't know. I hope you did some pranks on April Fools. Whatever it takes. We gotta be silly. Blow off some steam. Silly makes us laugh, and laughter makes us feel better, right? Oops, I skipped a page. Sometimes I hide my heart away where no one can see, like my own small treasure. I don't want anyone to look at me. Safe on my swing, I can watch the world from up above. This is when my heart is shy. Isn't that beautiful? It's okay to be shy. In fact, we're all shy sometimes, and we need some alone time. We need a little space. We need to go hunker down, maybe pull the covers over our head and just take a little time, or be quiet and still. Yeah. My heart can feel so many feelings, and yours can too. Today, my heart is proud. How does your heart feel? Let's see what's on the next page. A bunch of hearts. And I guess my heart is a little proud. I'm doing something new. I'm practicing a little growth mindset. I'm stretching myself, doing something uncomfortable by filming myself reading stories. But it's good to do new things. What's in your heart today? Or how many different feelings, or how many feelings have you felt in the course of today? I hope you take some time to share that with someone. And maybe, hang on, do some journaling. Writing about it is really helpful. Some people are more talkers, some people are more writers. And guess what? Someday your memoirs from this experience are going to be, whoa, like a big deal. Because this is really a big deal right now. And you can write about your experiences. That'd be awesome. So, I'll leave you with a couple thoughts. All of our feelings are okay. Try to think of them like the weather. They come and they go. That sometimes we can put on a sweatshirt and decide, I'm going to choose happy. I'm going to, what does my mug say? I'm going to see the good. We can see a lot of other things if we choose to. It's the pair of glasses that we choose to put on for the day. And so today I'm choosing this. And remember that all of our feelings are okay. And I think it's really important that every day we're opening that box. We're opening the door to our heart. And we're just being with or sitting with those feelings. And giving them a big hug. Maybe giving ourselves a big hug. And then closing the door or putting that box back on the shelf and moving on to something new. Okay, take care, friends. I love you all. Till next time. Bye-bye.